In this video, we are going to look at how to solve linear equations when you have more than one step. So more than one step usually means you have more that you have to do in order to isolate the variable itself beyond just the idea of using a single operation. So here normally you're going to be using 2 or 3 of them. So when we look at this first one here, we can see that initially the first thing we have to do is we have to distribute this 2 into the parentheses. So when we do that, we have 2n minus 2 equals the 3n plus 3. Now we need to combine our variables together. So I'm going to take this 2n and I'm going to move it. Because it's positive, to move it says I have to subtract. So this is going to give me negative 2 is equal to n plus 3. Now I need to take this constant and we're going to move it. Again, because it's positive, to move it says we have to subtract. So we end up with negative 5 is equal to n. Here we got to do the same thing, but notice we have to distribute on both sides. So we're going to distribute the 3 through on the left side, and we're going to distribute the 4 through on the right side. So here this is going to become 12x minus 3 is equal to 8x minus 12 plus 8. Now if you look on the left, I already have a variable and a constant, but on the right I've got these 2 constants here, so I need to combine them. Gives me 12x minus 3 equals 8x minus 4. And now, like before, I need to combine. So I'm going to take this 8 and I'm going to shift it. Since it's positive, again, I have to subtract. 12x minus 8x is going to be a 4x minus 3 equals negative 4. I need to move this 3 over. Because it is negative, I have to add it. So this is going to be 4x equals negative 1. Last but not least, I have to divide by 4. So we get that x is equal to negative 1/4. Fractions do the same thing. The only difference is here, the first thing we're going to do is we need to multiply by your LCD, which in this case happens to be 12. Now the reason I know that is because 3, 6, 4, 2 all go into 12. Okay, so that's what you're doing with your LCD, is you're finding the smallest value that all of them work with. Now because of this equal sign here, I am going to take my 12 and I'm going to multiply my entire equation. So I'm going to multiply it by the whole fraction, which means coming into each individual piece. So we're going to multiply this, which means what we're actually doing is we are taking a look at the denominators. So here 12 over 3 is going to leave us with a 4. So here we're going to have 4 times my 2x. Then 12 over 6 becomes a 2. 12 over 4 becomes a 3. 12 over 2 is a 6. So here now all we got to do is just simplify. So 4 times 2 is going to give me 8x plus a 2x is equal to negative 9 plus 6x. We're going to combine these together. 10x is equal to negative 9 plus 6x. We're going to move the 6x over. So this is going to become 4x is equal to negative 9. Divide everything by 4 and we get that x is equal to negative 9 over 4. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and we're going to distribute the 6 through on this first parenthesis, and we're going to distribute the 8 through on this back parenthesis. So here we're going to end up with 24n minus 18 plus 27 is equal to 56 plus 24n minus 47. Now in this case, if you look, notice I have, let me change colors here, I've got this 24n here and I have a 24n over here. So it doesn't matter which direction you move, the n is essentially going to disappear. So here the n goes away and it's going to leave us with negative 18 plus 27 is equal to 56 minus 47. In this case we have 9 is equal to 9. Now notice I don't have a variable, but my equations, or this is a true statement. So in this case, because we have a true statement, that means we have infinite solutions. Alright, let's try this again. I'm going to take this negative here and I'm going to distribute it through my parentheses, and I'm going to do the same with my 6. So here this ends up being 5n minus 3n plus 7 is equal to 12n plus 18 minus 5. We're going to combine my n's on this side and we're going to combine my constants on the other. So we have 2n plus 7 is equal to 12n plus 13. I'm going to take my 2 and I'm going to move it over. So this becomes 7 is equal to 10n plus 13. I'm going to take my 13 and move it over. And so in this case, we're going to end up with negative 6 is equal to 10n. So negative 6 over 10 is equal to n. However, there's one thing we always have to remember to do, which is reduce, which means n is equal to negative 3/5. Alright, let's look at another fraction problem. In this case, my least common denominator is going to be 20. So I am going to multiply this entire equation by 20, thus removing all of my denominators and leaving just my numerators behind. So we want to remember that this is going to multiply the first one, into the second, into the third, into the fourth, and into the last. So here we're going to end up with 20 times 3x and we're going to add that to 20 times 1 over 2, so this becomes a 10, minus 4 times my 2x, because 20 over 5, equals 20 over 10, which is going to be 2x, and 20 over 20 is plus 7. So in this case, I have 60x plus 10 minus 8x is equal to 2x plus 7. We're going to combine my x and my other x, so this is going to give me 52x plus 10 equals 2x plus 7. I'm going to take this and move it. So 50x is equal to negative 3. So x is negative 3 over 50. Alright, Alright, last, let's do one more example with decimals. The rule is still the same. You're still going to distribute through the parentheses on both sides of the equation. So here you're going to end up with 12x plus 36 minus 1.8 is equal to 9 minus 4.8 plus a 12x. Here I've got a 12x on both sides, so they kind of essentially go away. And I have to combine my terms. So here I'm going to end up with 34.2 is not equal to 4.2. Therefore, this is called a false statement, which means no solution. Alright, so I hope that helped you in your on your way to learning the difference between a single step linear equation and a multi-step. Remember, with a multi-step it means that you have at least 2 or more steps that need to be performed in order to solve your equation. Remember, solving your equation means to isolate that variable. So if you have any questions, or if you come across any examples that you would like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you next time.